All right, hey y'all. Haven't been on the TikTok for a while, and I can't go live right now, obviously, because I'm driving, and that's expressly forbidden apparently. But in the next, in the past few days, in the next few days, we're going to be hearing about this government shutdown and people not getting their SNAP benefits, and people on here threatening to rob people and steal food from grocery stores and behave like it's the freaking apocalypse because their EBT card didn't get filled. Freaking ridiculous. But anyway, and then blaming Donald Trump because of it. This is Trump's America. All right, here's the deal. And I'm sure this has been explained to you more than once, but it could use being explained one more time. Senate Democrats have 53 Republicans. Now, for those of you who think, well, that's a majority. Well, it is kind of. It is. Except that the rules that govern the Senate say that in order for a bill to pass, especially the continuing resolution, it's not a budget, but for argument's sake here on TikTok, we'll call it the budget. It isn't really. It takes 60 votes for something to be decided. 60, not 53, not the simple majority. Republicans don't have 60 votes. Even with J.D. Vance being a tiebreaker, they don't have 60 votes. They have 53. It'll take at least 7, or at least 6 with J.D. Vance to make sure that whatever continuing resolution that needs to be passed is passed to happen. So there have been 13 votes to reopen the government, i.e. to pass the continuing resolution. And in those 13 votes, not enough Democrats have crossed the line to make that happen. They continue to say, Democrats continue to say no. And why are they saying no? It's because they want concessions. Concessions, not like going to the concession booth and getting a hot dog. They want more spending. Republicans are basically saying this: no, we're just going to talk about what we owe now, what we want to spend now. And Democrats are like, no. What about we want this, we want G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. They want all that stuff. They want their Christmas list. And have decided that they're not going to vote for the continuing resolution unless they get their Christmas wish, their Christmas list. Now, here's the deal. Republicans saying no to them, like good parents, they are not the ones that are at fault here. It is the screaming children saying, no, we want this and this and this and this and this and this and this, or we're not going to agree. Adults look at the situation and say, you know what? Why don't the Democrats just agree to get the government going and get people their SNAP benefits? Because this is a pain point now. This is a new pain point. Get their SNAP benefits, and they can talk about that stuff later. Well, I'll tell you why. It's because the Democrats care more about making Trump look bad than whether people get their SNAP benefits. It's really that simple. And I know it's hard to fathom. It's hard to imagine. But Democrats, especially Democrats in the Senate, care more about making Trump look bad, or trying to make Trump look bad. Oh, by the way, there's nothing Trump can do about it. He's not a senator. I guess he could try to push the Senate, but he can't. He doesn't have a vote here because he's the president, not a senator. So trying to make Trump look bad is doubly stupid. But they care more about that than you getting your SNAP benefits. Because if they cared about you getting their SNAP benefits, they'd be calling for a vote. They would make sure that the Republicans have their seven extra votes that they need, and it will be over. And it would be over. This particular shutdown will end. It's really that simple. Now, why some people refuse to get that seems crazy, but they like the engagement. They like having the lives back and forth and people yelling and screaming and cursing at each other and calling each other names, and they like all of that. I personally do not like any of that. We can just boil this down to this. If 7 Democrat senators vote for this continuing resolution that's clean, or as clean as they get, then the shutdown will be over and people will get their SNAP benefits. It's really that simple.